Allow me to rewind the last 1 year for you. In June 2020, statue of slave trader Edward Post stormed down in Bristol. Why? Because he was a racist and people decided to cancel him. In the days that followed,
Seen senior women journalists also commenting on attire of women journalists. And it's hurtful.
it is.
And women get it more. I'm sure you have also, ऐसे वाले earrings पहन के आ गए, ऐसे वाले कपड़े पहन के आ गए, jacket क्यों नहीं पहना, Indian clothes क्यों पहना, बिंदी क्यों नहीं पहनी, बिंदी क्यों पहना. These are what? Please listen to the content. No, they're not listening to content. It's how you're attired.
A lot of these rules apply only to women. We are supposed to look a certain way. We are supposed to, if we are too soft and smile too much, then we are diffident. If we are too aggressive, then we are rude. There's never a good fit. I think over the past few years, one by one, I've thrown all the rules out of the window. I want to wear jhumkas with a jacket, I will wear it. You don't like it, don't watch it. There was a situation when I was told to take somebody off air because of weight. And she was miserable. And she'd gone through some issues health-wise. And she said, I'm working on it. And I knew she's working on it. But this happens. I remember when I was expecting my first child and I told my boss about it. I was told, but you have to come back in shape quickly. And the congratulations followed later. And he was not a mean person, but this is how they are programmed. I remember my daughter was, I think, a year old, and she had an acute ear infection. And she was crying. I said, I have to go to work. And everyone said, okay, she'll be fine. But I reached office, I got ready for the show, and the headlines rolled. And after the first headline, I started crying.
Okay.
And because I was not on air, and the team was very good, and the PCR guys, they went into a break. And I said, I know she's fine, but I just don't like being here. And for weeks, I worried that I may have appeared as less committed to my work because I did this, because no man would ever sit in a studio and cry and say, I have a sick child at home. People who do karobar are promoted faster. I don't do it. So then I will never be...
Explain this now.
Karobar.
Those who don't know, yeah.
Karobar is a bar in a car, in the simplest of terms. After your shift ends, you stand outside in the parking lot, put your glasses on the roof of your car, drink, chat, gossip, and then go home. It is unsafe because a lot of people are drinking and driving. And it happens, it's part of the newsroom culture, I believe. And it's a great place to bond. I have never done it in 2 decades. And there was a time when I felt that I'm not going to that smoking room and I'm not doing karobar. I'm being left out everywhere.
You remember the Me Too movement and all. You think that men have learned after that these are the boundaries you don't?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so. And Me Too is we in the media tell everyone else how to conduct themselves. This is what the society should be like. This is how judges should be selected. This is how netas should be. We hold truth to power, but we don't face our own truths. Newsrooms are full of predators, and some of those who were let go of are back in positions of power, are being legitimized in more ways than one. And what are we doing about it?
You walked out at one point of time. I'm not going to mention names, but I think many people know. You walked out when you couldn't take that a person who was labeled a predator. Do they come with a certain learning when they come back after they have gone through the shame of being called a predator?
I don't know. And I don't think it matters. You have wronged so many people. And why should you get the benefit of the doubt now? That is one. And second, I don't think they change fundamentally. This person you're talking about, someone told me that she was his subordinate in a newspaper, and she went to him and said that, this is my script. And he said, your lines have to be tighter than your jeans.
Jeez.
You get away with it. How do you get away with that? And what do you do to the confidence of that girl? And we let them be and we give them space. Because a lot of us don't want to be branded as trouble. About 15 years back, I went to the studio after a big interview had just finished with a very prominent minister. And the studio had different sets, so I had to do the news from another set. And the editor is asking the minister, would you like tea or coffee? He's not replying. He's not replying because he's staring. And it was a big newsroom, and he kept staring, and I felt violated without him having said anything, without him having done anything.
How do you
quantify that? Yeah. And what do you say? That he was looking at me?
Yeah.
But you feel terrible.
Yeah.
And these things happen, and I'm sure a lot of reporters on the field go through this.
Yeah.
What are the mechanisms? We all have these Vishaka guidelines, POSH, etc.
No.
We are far away from making it a safe place for women to be, a place where they can thrive just on the basis of merit.
How? What do we do now next? What should newsroom managers, what should news media owners, editors, how do we go forward? Awareness to hai, right? How do we go forward? That mentality changes, or what do you put in place? Because it's not enough to put laws and rules, you're saying.
No, I think the younger workforce is much more aware and open. When you interact with people who have become journalists in the last 2 to 3 years, they are much more open to respecting boundaries. They understand. The women are much more vocal, and they say, I will not put up with this. I think this is a generational shift. I think there is more awareness. But as leaders, we have to facilitate it. Because people in teams take cues from how their leader behaves. If somebody in my team calls me and says, I'm feeling depressed, and I can't explain why, but I don't think I'll be able to come to work and write today. One way of handling it is saying, okay, don't come, but don't make it a habit, or not giving that person the best assignments from there on.
Correct.
The other way of saying is that, how do you want me to help you? It's okay. I have been through this. I know a lot of people who have good days and bad days. Everyone does, in fact. And it's okay. Take your time and let me know how I can help you. Word travels, they will feel more comfortable. You have to create that culture. That culture building has to happen gradually, but it has to happen consciously.